Hey everybody, it's Rob. I'm back. We're doing another Offsec Proving Grounds practice machine. This time we're doing a machine called internal. It is a Windows machine rated as easy, and I didn't think it was too bad. So we ran an nmap scan. First and foremost, service version detection T4 aggressive on all ports, and SMB came back, RDP, 5357, and a bunch of RPC ports. There is a lot going on here with SMB, so what I thought I would do was to focus my efforts on SMB. The first thing that I did was I ran an additional nmap scan, and immediately it came back and said that this was vulnerable to CVE 2009-3103. So the first thing that I did was I went and found an exploit. It's in JCS3C's GitHub repository for this particular CVE. Now this CVE will require us to generate some shellcode. So what we're going to do is we're going to download this exploit. We're going to open our folder, and then we're going to open it in Mousepad. So we have to change the shellcode right here. This is the payload or the meterpreter payload. Now I'm going to answer your question right now. I tried a non-meterpreter payload and it did not work. I struggled to get any exploit to work with a non-meterpreter payload. So I decided to go with the MSF console's multi-handler and the meterpreter payload. Okay. So the way we're going to generate our shellcode is we're going to open a new terminal, and I'm going to copy this in here, and I will explain it to you. Copy. And by the way, if you haven't seen my how to generate shellcode with msfvenom video, you should go back and check that out. I do a whole video on this. So if you look, we're running msfvenom. The payload is a meterpreter reverse TCP shell. We're pointing back to our machine on 80. Exit function thread always needs to be in there. The format is Python, and this TAC-V adds the shell in front of all of the lines of the shellcode for the buffer. Okay, it just makes it easier than if we have to do it manually. We still will have to do some manual stuff here because there's these indentations, but I'll show you how to fix that. Okay, so we're going to generate our shellcode. We're going to copy our shellcode, which starts up here and goes down to this last quote. Copy. Come over to our exploit. We're going to replace this with our shellcode. Okay, and you can see we have this jacked up indentation situation right here. So just click search, find and replace, and we're looking for shell, and we're going to replace it with 1, 2, 3, 4 shell. We're going to find. It starts at the bottom for some reason. Find, and then we're going to replace. You could do this manually if you wanted. I just choose to do it in an automated fashion because I think this is a little quicker. All right, so we're good. Close. We're going to save our shellcode. I think that's all you have to do to this. Okay, so we've saved that and we're ready to go. Now, we can actually exit this window. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open a new terminal, and we're going to do MSF console to start the Metasploit framework. And all we're using within the Metasploit framework is the multi-handler. So, you know, we're not going to be using any actual exploit. You just saw it. The exploit is manually done using a meterpreter payload. So we're going to search on multi-handler. All right, and it's number 7, so we're going to copy this. And we're going to use paste clipboard, and we're going to type options. All right, first thing we need to change is this uses a generic reverse TCP shell for the payload. We need to change that. So let me just copy this, copy. We're going to set payload equal to. All right, and then we're going to set our lhost, which is our IP address. I'm just going to set it to ton0, which is my VPN interface. And then we have to set the port. If you remember when we did our msfvenom statement, we used 80. So we're going to set lport to 80. We're going to type options again. And it looks like we're good to go. We have the right payload, we have the right IP address, we have the right port. So we're going to type run. This is going to start a multi-handler on our machine on port 80 listening for incoming connections via our interpreter payload. So you can see it started. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to make sure I can still ping this host, because I've had issues with Offsec recently. So we're just going to type ping, and actually, yep, we can still ping the host. So that's good. That means we still have connectivity on the network here. So our multi-handler is running. Now we need to go back to our exploit folder. We're going to open a terminal here. And we're going to run the exploit, which is very simple. It's just Python 3, the exploit, and then we're pointing it to the host that we're attacking that has the SMB flow that we're taking advantage of. Okay? So when we hit enter, okay, it says the trigger command was sent, check your listener. So we're going to go back to our interpreter, and we do have an interpreter session. So if I type get UID, we're NT authority system. So now I'm just going to type shell to make it easier. And we're going to go cd c users administrator desktop, and then we'll do a dir, and we are going to type proof.txt. And there is the root flag. So this machine overall was fairly easy. The way we took advantage of it was we ran an nmap scan. We saw that SMB was running, and there was something going on with the SMB signing and all of the other stuff. So decided to run nmap's SMB scripts, and saw that this version of SMB was exploitable via an SMB v2 exploit, privesc, and it was located in GitHub. So we downloaded that code. We had to generate some shellcode to replace the existing shellcode. So we did that with msfvenom. We inserted the new shellcode into the Python script. We started the MSF console to get a interpreter multi-handler set up. We enabled the multi-handler so it was listening on port 80. We then went and ran our exploit with the newly created shellcode and got a reverse shell using our multi-handler. We were then able to verify that we were NT authority system, and we went to the administrator desktop and typed out the flag. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you learned something. All the links I use will be in the description below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just want to say hi and let me know somebody's watching these videos, that would be great. Drop a comment below. I do have a Discord server set up. All the information is on my YouTube page. If you'd like to join, please, I'd love to have you. You can post content, you can ask questions. Right now it's just me and some bots, so would love to have some people join. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.